Back in Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, where it's a 26-13 start for Kentucky on Hartford. John Wall took a walk through his native Raleigh, North Carolina with ESPN.com's Scoop Jackson recently.
I'm a person that don't get big head. I stay humble and hungry. And I think every time I step on that court, I'm going to have to play to my best ability, because if I take one night off, somebody can be like, oh, he's not as good as they thought I was.
Right.
So when I step in there, I play hard just like I never had like I don't have a scholarship, and I'm not one of the top players in the country. Even though you got this, it can be gone in one day.
Right.
I can have an injury, somebody can take the name away and go get a big name. So I just say every time I step on that court, you gotta just keep playing. Even you don't read, they told me don't read articles on myself, they'll tell me about them.
Right.
Because if I read articles on myself, I'm gonna get big head like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm talking this and bragging. But when I go out and you ask anybody around North Carolina, you don't hear me brag. Everybody's talking about me being number one player. I just go out there and say hey to everybody and speak to everybody. I don't try to go out and say, yeah, I'm number one player, you do this for me, you gotta do what I say. I just act like a normal person, a normal kid would.
Speaking of articles on John Wall, a great one recently by Jason King from Yahoo Sports, taking you all the way through the journey of John Wall with his father passing away at an early age and the influences in his life and how he ends up getting to the University of Kentucky. And there were a lot of naysayers about John Wall, saying that he wouldn't have the right attitude, wouldn't be a hard worker. He sure has the skill, misses that dunk. But everyone around this Kentucky basketball program says he's not only succeeding on the court, he is excelling in the classroom, he is excelling as a leader, he is excelling on campus.
He's got their highest grade point average right now after the first semester on campus. He's very similar to Tyreek Evans and Derrick Rose in the fact they were gym rats. I've already talked about he's the last guy to leave practice every day that I've watched practice this year. So he has to battle through his knees and his ankles being sore because of all the pounding that he puts on the floor. He's a special guy. His will to win is what John Calipari always comes back to at the end of the conversation concerning John Wall. Some guys have it and some guys don't. And the folks that said that he would have a bad attitude and he wouldn't fit in as a team, I can tell you who those folks were. The folks that couldn't get a visit from John Wall. All the schools that recruited John Wall, he said, no, thank you, I'm not going to come visit. Then all of a sudden, he has a bad attitude.
Surely that never happens in college basketball recruiting, Jimmy. Surely that never happens. When you don't get a kid, surely they doesn't happen.